The academia failed us. It's just a memorization test at this point. Nothing more, nothing less. I am a recent engineering graduate and I'm currently unemployed. While doing my bachelor's, I thought what could go wrong? I'm doing engineering. It's a technical subject. There are definitely plenty of jobs. But I was totally wrong. Not even slightly wrong, completely wrong. There are none. And even if they are, it's way too competitive. Way too competitive. Towards the end of my bachelor's, I initially thought of going abroad and doing masters. So I did my little research on how to do that, what do I have to do that, and to my surprise, it was much more harder than I thought. I need to prepare for a lot of documents, financial documents, test documents, this, that, and everything in between, just because I'm from a third world country. And that thing was humiliating, to say the least. I mean, why do I need to give a simple English exam? I have studied in English medium throughout my life. I studied my bachelor's in English. If you just want me to go there and study in English, what's the problem on there? Why do I have to give an English test for that? I can give you proof that I studied my bachelor's in English. It's completely there. I'm just going there for studies. That test didn't make sense. The GRE test. Why am I giving simple mathematics and English test? For what reason? I don't know. I think those are there because the universities are way too competitive and they are just taking random tests for no reason for the students, just so they can just select based on competition. That makes sense, but could have done any other way. Those tests should be for those people who have not studied in English prior to this, and for those who haven't studied any technical subjects in English. I mean, I have studied all those engineering courses, those in English, so why would I have to give that? That didn't make any sense to me, but it is what it is. What can I do? Who am I? Proof of residence. And those were only for offer letter, or you can say just for the college. Imagine once you get accepted, the visa process is much more worse than that. So I don't know what to say on that because I didn't reach that level. So yeah, now let's go back to my course completion. And now I'm looking up and I didn't know that this many things are needed. So I mean, it was my fault. I didn't know. So and so in the meantime, I did an internship, and after that I was preparing for the license exam. So we have to give an engineering license exam in here, so I was preparing for that. I passed that, and after that I came to know about this program, and that was for abroad studies, and I applied for it and I got rejected. So for that program you didn't have to do like any other test. It was just, you could just state that you had studied English in your bachelor's, but other documents were also needed, but not too much. I think documents were needed in case I got accepted and for the visa processing, but since I did not get any acceptance letter from the program, so I didn't have to go through all that visa processing. I just stopped because I didn't get any offer letter. So that was that. And after that I'm looking for a job desperately now, because what is there to do? I can either have a job or I can join masters here in Nepal, which I don't want to do right now, because what's gonna happen? The same thing is gonna happen after what happened to my bachelor's. Same thing will happen to my master's. The education here is just, it's just way too theory focused. It's just writing and writing and writing. I'm technically I'm studying a technical field, but there is almost 0% technicality involved in the actual course. It's just books and books and books. And don't get me wrong, I like reading those theory books. That's why my grades were always higher. I've always been scoring high throughout my academic journey so far. But that's about it. What am I going to do with those grades? Nothing. I have almost like bare to minimum skills, and I don't know if skills were needed, then why do we have to learn all those theory? 90% of the theory that I learned in my bachelor's just don't apply. I don't know. I mean, why wouldn't I score high? That's the only thing that they teach, how to just memorize the theory stuff and just learn from it and just score high marks, grade and all. That's it. Nothing outside from that. Nothing technical. Just books, marks, grade, and wow. That's it. I don't even know who even made this curriculum or whatever. If skills are where needed to land a job, why are we reading all this theory? It doesn't make sense. Yeah, now let's go back to the point where I got rejected and now I'm desperately looking for a job. So what I did was I tried LinkedIn and all, and let's just save that for another day because that's too much. And so I start to prepare for government exam because that's the only exam except for the master's entrance exam here that the things that I studied in bachelor's are actually applied, because other than that those are not applied in any place. Other than that, nowhere. So I'm like, I just completed my bachelor's, I still know some academic stuff, so let's do it. And that's why I planned on preparing for this government exam. But the thing with this exam is it's also way too competitive. I don't know how to say. It's way too competitive. Just for like few seats, thousands and thousands are applying. So, and everyone is studying. Everyone just studying the same thing that they studied throughout their bachelor's, and they're studying all this just for the entrance. That's it. After that, almost 80% of this thing will be just gone. Like, no need. You would do some different stuff from that. Why is academia all about just memorization? You just memorize, you just learn the same thing over and over, repetitive, over and over, and just put it on a paper, and that's it. That's just it. They don't value anything else. They just value how much you can memorize. It's just a memorization test at this point. Nothing more, nothing less. And this is the main reason why I don't want to pursue my master's in this country, because I don't want to do that stuff again. I've been doing that since my childhood, and I don't know if it's the same or different in foreign, but I just want to try something new. I just want to learn somewhere new. And here comes the grand entry of family pressure, where family expect a lot from you. They think that you scored that high in your bachelor's, you should do something. Why are you just sitting in your room doing nothing, just being lazy? And yeah, that's also there. Sadly, that's the truth, so can't even blame them for that, but it is what it is. And of course, last and definitely least, my hobbies. I don't know why I'm still doing these hobbies, but like recording this video, writing those songs, writing those stories and all, I mostly do that on my free time, because all the other time I'm just studying to get a job. And yeah, that's it. That's how life has been after graduation so far. or after just completion of my bachelor, you can say.